with that, I took consideration to that. Basically, I continued because I started writing stuff from since 2013. I spent some time in Cuba. I started writing while I was in Cuba. So I took consideration to that and I continued basically writing on a more serious scale.
Okay. So what's your favorite genre of music?
Hip-hop, rap hip-hop, that's my favorite genre.
Okay, so we have a lot to listen out for then,
Yes,
in regards to that.
Yes, we do. There's a lot of tracks we put down now. Basically, I'm putting down at least 2 tracks a day for the past couple of months. So there's a lot in store.
Okay. And how's the journey been?
Anything that you do, it's not going to be easy, but as long as it's worth it, it's worthwhile. So basically, I'm taking all the kips and curves and the strides, and I'm rolling with the punches. Hopefully, things will get better. Certain things that you don't have control over, so then you basically just wait it out. But I see for the near future progress. I've already seen progress. I'm seeing progress. So I'm just riding the waves.
Okay. So how many tracks have you completed so far?
Basically, we have completed 5 tracks.
Wow.
There's one that is presently out, just released. That's Backs Against the Wall.
Okay, and that's rap as well?
That's a rap hip hop version.
Okay.
I did a COVID awareness track, but basically the COVID awareness track was basically stitched in there because I was supposed to record a soca song for Carnival this year, but because of the circumstances,
Okay.
the situation surrounding the circumstances, that could not have been done. So basically I utilized some minutes out of that track to basically create a COVID awareness
Okay, nice.
song.
So how many songs would you say you've written or penned so far? Rough number.
To be exact, within the past 7 to 8 months, I've penned at least 21 songs.
Okay. And what's your personal favorite song so far?
Man, every time
Recorded or on record?
every time I write the song, it always seems like it.
It's your favorite?
I'm writing one better than the last one. So
Well,
For
that's
me-
good.
there's one called, I can't choose only one, but there's 2. I got one that's called Heaven or Hell,
Okay.
and there's the next one that's called Heartless Jungle. Those 2, I like the whole rhythm and the whole message behind them.
Okay.
There's also one that I wrote, Spanish one, basically a mixture between Spanish and English. That one too is I haven't decided the name for it as yet, but it's one of my favorite tracks.
Okay, so I hear you recently, a track was released recently. Tell us a little bit about that.
Backs Against the Wall. Backs Against the Wall. Backs Against the Wall basically the name speaks for itself. Backs Against the Wall.
Yeah, many of us can relate.
Yes. So basically, there's certain trials and tribulations that you may face during the course of your life, and different acts or plays that you will have to basically do to get out of these situations, standing tall.
Okay.
So it's basically a reflection song on basically the hard times and basically knowing your situation, knowing the circumstances that you're surrounded around, knowing how you're going to maneuver yourself to get out of these circumstances and situation.
Right.
So for most part of it, it's a motivational song.
Okay. What would you say has driven your passion mostly for the music?
Passion for music is basically my experience.
Okay.
My experience, what I've been through during the past years, all the misfortunes that I've been through during the past years. So basically putting pen to paper for me is basically a way to relieve myself of whatever trials and tribulations that I've been going through. And it basically comes from the heart. And
Okay.
as I told you, I love music. Music has always been my second passion behind sports.
So you're a sportsman.
It's natural.
Okay. Wow. That's interesting. So sports and music.
Yes.
Okay.
They
So
both-
literally your music is gonna be giving us an insight into your life.
Yes.
All right. So, question: do you have any plans of trying to even acquire a deal internationally, like a record label, or taking the music to that ultimate level?
Well, that's the ultimate plan. That's basically the ultimate goal. But at the same time, me and my management team presently,
Okay.
we're basically sitting down, setting certain goals, setting certain plans in place, and who doesn't want a record deal? At the end
True.
of the day, if it makes sense, it has to make sense to me, and it has to make sense to the record company.
Right,
Basically,
right.
to plug a deal when we reach that point. But for now, basically, rolling independently. Basically, I have my band in place, the Showman, which basically we produce our own music.
Okay.
So we're basically just putting everything in place, trying to create a song that works for Showman, a song that works for Gift, a song
Okay.
that complements me.
So you'll be pulling them along.
Yes, I will.
That's good. All right. What are some of the things that you're planning to do when you make that big move? If you know, I mean, not that you're not going to. I'm saying, I'm speaking positively here. I'm saying that when you make it to that level, what are your goals? What are your plans for not just the music, but maybe giving back? A lot of artists say that, you know, when they make their millions, they're going to be giving back to this and giving back to that. So what are your plans?
Well, for me basically, I got a lot of plans.
Okay.
I got a lot of plans, and I'm just taking things one step at a time. And if I should think deep enough, I have basically a motto about myself in terms of where I want to reach or where I want to take it. And being from the dirt, being from the mud, being from the ghetto, being from basically nothing, having nothing, there's a sense of humbleness to that, and it makes you want to create opportunities for others, basically to move forward, to get forward. So for me right now, it's just about putting myself in a position where I can be able to give back to the less fortunate, give back to the ones that are in need.
Okay.
From a society standpoint, from a cultural standpoint. So for me, it's basically being a role model for those who don't know better, and creating that kind of environment of learning, that kind of environment of upliftment to others.
All right. Sounds good. So we have a lot to look forward to from Showman, the gift.
Yes.